You're going to go one by one here. So we're going to do around like 1 minute or so, one person. Then you're going to hear me yell switch. And your job is see if you can actually hook that person. Genuinely. Not fake. And for the person listening, don't be too try hard in the fake. Like actually, if there's something that does interest you and what they say, lock in. But if you aren't, don't pretend like you are. So your job there is you're going to see someone and you're going to have to talk. So it's not going to be an awkward like, hey, I saw you. It's like, you already said hi. What information, stories, whatever it is, whatever you want to say, is going to hook that person. And genuinely do it. You're like, you say something and you just see their eyes like light up. Okay? Try to hook me.
Based on information that I already know about you, or just...
That's not hooking. It already started. Hook me.
Oh, yeah, cool. So,
it's really hard.
that's really hard.
That's what she said. So I'll pause it. So we're going to get back. But I love this. So this one here, but you're still on the spot. Don't worry. This is an exercise I did on Zoom on another social skills training with you right there. So this is it's one where you'll sense, right? And for everyone here, like this is why you hear all this stuff and it can make sense. It's like, hey, apply it, and it's like really tough. Okay. Another reason why all that stifledness, like all that pressure, it's like you got to get that out of the way. Because if this here already puts pressure out in a crazy environment, you're fucked. Okay. So say we get that away, and again, normal that there's pressure. Just take a few deep breaths here. From there, you got to start thinking, okay, what are you going to say that locks me in? And it could be, as we discussed, things that I might find valuable, right? So you could be like, based on what I know about Julien, his background, whatever you know from me, what would be something that might pique my interest? But for everyone here too, you can also say something that you think might pique my interest that doesn't. For example, you might think, oh, Julien really likes self-help and spirituality. So you might start talking about that. But say it's something I'm already talking about, something I already know, that's actually going to push me away. Right? It's like if you meet someone who's like, oh, that's your job, and you just try to get them to talk about their job. They're like, yo, I'm not here to fucking work. I'm here to have fun. Why are you making me talk about my job? Okay? But you can try that. You can also try, as we discussed, what's valuable, good emotions, fun, carefree passion. You might even talk about something I'm not that into, but if you're that excited about it and I just feel genuine good vibes, I might lock in. So you can play on that. On everything we heard here, do your best. Go.
Yeah, so like authentically, not even trying to put it on, I've got a connection that would be like extremely valuable for you. Like you talk about like trauma release and helping all of us with that as well. I live with Elliot Hulse and he talks a lot about trauma as well.
Pause. Really fucking good, but get there faster. So notice.
As in talk faster.
No. So get to what I call the juice. Give me the fucking juice fast, right? So the whole first part here, tonality, I would add some range. So like da-da-da-da, it was a little bit monotone. And what's the one thing that would fucking hook me? Or like, by the way, dude, I live with Elliot Hulse. Yeah. Hooked. You don't have to add all that build up. That build up, you're actually starting to lose me. You're like, It's like jumping fast. For everyone here too, if you have something really fucking catchy, like don't do this long ass build up explanation, blah, blah, blah. It's like, just get to the fucking meat of it. Right? But that was smart. Saying that, done. Hooked. And I actually am. Talk to me after for sure. Hook me.
What's one like food from Switzerland that you miss the most?
Not much.
Not much.
No, I'm kidding. That's actually pretty good. So there are, but how to say it? That'd be one where I could just answer it, but I'm not drawn to you. Like I wouldn't go to you on the break and be like, oh, do you want to hear more about the foods from Switzerland that I missed?
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, what's something where I'm like, oh shit, who's this person? Like one that will make me like be my favorite. He's my favorite now. Be my favorite.
Have you read a book called The Cabin before?
Yeah.
Probably it's hard. trying to just think of stuff on the spot. I'm more like natural.
That's not hooking me.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I don't care if it's hard or not.
No, I'm not. At this point, I wasn't trying to hook you. I guess I was kind of just talking like.
Exercise is still on until I'm hooked.
Okay.
But one hint, try to add more range and louder and expressiveness. It's hard also, it's like, for everyone here too, so I like you're all gonna do it to each other, but some other interesting data is, to hook someone too, eye contact, huge. Facing someone, huge. Like if you're kind of looking down like, so there's this thing and this thing, it's like you're not gonna get drawn in, right? Boom, and like adding some passion, some intensity, even on your end, it's like, what they say, tickles your pickle. What's something, if you talk about it, you get fucking excited like crazy. Like draw me into that. There's, again, you can go so many routes with this. It doesn't just have to be like, okay, what about the situation? What about general value?
What's like the weirdest thing you've seen? What is one of the weirdest persons you've taught? Do you remember them? Like how they were like?
Now your other big one is question. You're not gonna hook me with a question.
Question.
So notice, that's like, hey, you do it. Like, you're not gonna hook me by me doing it and you experiencing it. I need to experience you.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so I'm not getting a big enough sample with just questions.
Okay.
And louder.
I can't think of anything now. Sorry.
It's all good. But notice, this is the skill. You want to meet someone new, any setting, you got to hook them.
Do you think the Delta?
No questions. No questions.
I totally think the Delta variant's fake, so I don't give a fuck. It's all bullshit. Yeah.
Better, but that didn't hook. So notice there. So this is where, remember, you give that sample. So you start with that, great. Didn't hook, quickly change courses of action, more sample. It could also just be, again, in the delivery. If that delivery didn't work, change deliveries. It's like expand the range. You want to give me as much of you as possible.
So I can't quit until I actually hook you?
This whole event is now dependent on you. Mm-mm.
Take a choker.
Take a what?
The audience choker.
Like share with me something like a fun anecdote or something that you found it, like ask yourself too on your end. It's like, what do a lot of people, playing on the good emotions too, it's like, what do people tend to find interesting, what you're interested in? If there's just that it has to be authentic though, that passion. Like if you ask yourself, or this past week or month, what's one thing that really was interesting to you that you found, that again, fun, carefree, passion, they were real passionate or made you laugh or something cool?
Okay. I find it crazy how millions of people around the world, they just follow celebrities, and whenever they say something, they will literally follow exactly what they say. Like, for example, Elon Musk will say Doge, and the price will rise 30%. Isn't it kind of weird that that contagion thing is a thing in the first place? It's
Okay.
weird.
Okay, good. So that topic, like the Elon Musk Doge thing, I actually would be, it wouldn't be like a huge, oh, I love you, but like that would actually hook me. But similar to him, get to that meat faster. So if you're like, oh, by the way, so you know Elon Musk, right, with the Doge thing? So da-da-da-da-da, like, oh, wow, what? Like give me those keywords that get my attention right off the bat. Versus, so you know with celebrities and da-da-da, like, give me that juice. But you did it. You did hook. But other big one for you is bring that humph.
Yeah, the range.
Mm-hmm.
The voice is pretty monotone sometimes.
No, it's not. You think it is. And it is now, but it's not. You've just gotten too used to it. So that will be one, for example. We talked about the writing on your arm. If you write down, no monotone, anytime you're out, you're going to have that constant reminder. It'll start changing things. Okay? Last one, you. Yeah. Hook me.
Hey Julien, I just thought about this obscure coin that's going to pump tomorrow. You gotta get on it.
What is it?
You worried?
You can't make it up. Right? Like you're like, yeah. So then you would lose me. But like, okay, give me another one. Give me another one. By the way, the cool thing too, and you're all going to do it right after you, is once you get a reference of trying to do it, like now your mind's fucking thinking of like all the other things you could do or differently or thinking, like your RAS is now activated. And that there plus time, that's how you get good. Otherwise, again, notice how all this stuff, it's what we just talked about content-wise, but put into practice very different. And now you have the reference linked to the content and the wheels are spinning. Go for it. No fake coin.
I just saw the weirdest shit happening in the back of the room.
It has to be real. Let's just add this. It has to be real. You're like, oh, and this crazy thing in the coin. Like, okay, something real, something real.
Okay, but do I know you or do I not know you?
You know me. Well, you know of me. This is also where, hey, this is also too where you can ask yourself like, what do you really find fun and authentic to you, right? It's like if you say something that say genuinely makes you laugh, I'm going to get sucked in, right? Or something that you genuinely find exciting. Like what's one thing if you talk about it with your friends, you just all get really excited and sucked into it? I'm curious. What? Give me one thing.
I guess I'm also interested in social skills. So, like, I watched one of your videos, and you mentioned these crucial conversations. So it was one of the most meaningful books you read. And so I actually read it and applied to it, and I was able to basically save a very challenging situation.
What?
Some of the tips. So through co-founder negotiations, I was able to apply some of the principles. Basically monitor the mood of the conversation, but as well as the content. And
What was the challenging thing that it helped you overcome?
essentially like co-founder disagreements, and then be able to negotiate through that without involving like personal egos.
All right. So I like that. You could play off it, but in the way you explain it, jump to the juice faster. Be like, so you know, crucial conversations, there's this crazy challenging thing I was dealing with. Like jump to that. And then I would add, this is actually, I love that you did this. I would add more, this is another way you can hook too, is add more descriptive words and more graphic to it, right? So you could be like, there's this challenging thing with the ego and it's like, it's too business presentation versus, you know, so the co-founder and he's this fucking guy and like even swearing and stuff, it just adds this, you know, that just would draw me in. Okay, but good. Give him a hand. Come on, people.